talk today about the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society, which we don't do very often, but we probably should do more of. So I'm very happy that we're going to do that today. And we're also going to talk about the upcoming conference in Las Vegas. So you are in the right place. I hope everybody can hear me. If I could get a few hands raised, you just raise your little hand. There's a picture of a hand on your little control panel. If you can raise your hand and let me know that you can hear me, that would be awesome. And by the way, my name is Valerie Van Boeven. I see your hands raised, so that's awesome. I'm a registered nurse and the co-owner of LTC Expert Publications. And today we're going to talk to Melanie Stover with Home Care Sales and Marketing. She's with PowerShot Training, and she is the president or CEO, or you'll have COO. You'll have to remind me what all your letters are. And she is going to be telling us all about the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society today. So with that, Melanie, would you like to say hello?
Hello and welcome. Thanks, Valerie. As Valerie stated, my name is Melanie Stover, and Valerie and I came together a few years ago with the intention of creating a home care sales and marketing society. And the society is specifically for sales and marketing professionals in the home care industry. So you notice that Valerie obviously owns her own company, and I own with Michael Giudice Home Care Sales by PowerShot Training. But we also, with the force of Liz Pearson, created the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society to share information and tactics that are working out in the field. So I am the executive director of this organization, and Valerie is on the board. And today we wanted to speak a little bit about how the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society may be able to help you. So Valerie, let's begin. One of the things that we often get asked is, what is the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society? And, you know, it's a great question, right? It's one of those things where it's a society similar to a state association. However, we cover the nation. So we welcome home care sales and marketing professionals across the country. It's a place where we can get together. Now, we do have a physical conference once a year, but it is a virtual place, and we're going to talk about how you may be able to access some of the information. The purpose, when we first came together, Valerie and I and Liz, we talked about what does this industry need? And as you can imagine, I'm out in the field. I am responsible for sales teams across the country. And we often have sales reps who are out in the field, and we recognize that not all sales reps are equal, that we wanted to raise the bar of professionalism in the home care sales and marketing arena or industry. And so consequently, we wanted to make sure that we were doing things ethically. We wanted to make sure that everyone was doing things legally and they knew the rules. And then obviously, as we move to more of a digital age, we included Valerie because she is the guru of the Internet. So how do we utilize the Internet in a way to leverage some of our reach, and also how do we get more referrals? So Valerie, do you want to add to that about when we first came together and what was the purpose?
Well, I think that also, you know, one of the things that really stands out in my mind, and this is something you said to me, and that is that you know, it's about the ethics of marketing and home care, and the law for that matter. And that's where Liz Pearson comes in. And for those of you who don't know who she is, she's an attorney and she deals in the home care market. So having a good understanding of what ethically is right and wrong in home care marketing and what is legal and not legal, that's a huge piece of this pie. So when you're going down the path of hiring salespeople or doing it yourself and marketing your business, what can you do and what can you not do? So I think part of the purpose of it was to come together and to really share those values and those ethical considerations, and that's what really impressed me about it. Although I have to say that when for all of you out there, when you listen to Melanie talk and you see all of the past videos that are out there that are available, it's a huge amount of content that anybody can absorb. It's either Melanie talking or Liz or myself or a guest. And for those of you in the home care sales and home care marketing place where you need to do that, that's part of your job, there is nowhere else that you can get as much real hands-on information as you can inside that Home Care Marketing Society website. So that's my little spiel.
Agreed. And so we came together, obviously, to create this society and create a standard, if you will, for home care sales and marketing professionals. So that's a great purpose, but what does it do for you? What's in it for you? And as a sales rep or owner, someone who's a manager who has to either do it themselves and or manage teams, please know that the society is here for you to gain educational tactics, so marketing tactics, sales techniques that are working out in the field. And we'll review that just a tad bit more. In addition, for those of you who don't necessarily have a sales team and or in combination of your sales team, that you need some online expertise, and we also have Valerie to kind of cover that online world. And so it's a nice combination of all of them, of all that. And finally, I'm going to share with you some testimonials from what our members say. So you want to know, why should you join? Well, the bottom line, we've talked about this a couple times, people want to gain proven sales and marketing tactics. They want real world stuff. They don't want stuff that we think about from our offices. They want to hear from people who are out there doing it, living it, and breathing it. What is working for them, and how can you replicate their success? Will it work in your territory? And so that's part of that networking thing. Yes, you get access to the sales experts who are going to share with you tactics and techniques, but you also get to network with your peers across the country so that you can ask them. You can throw out a question and say, hey, I'm approaching this assisted living. How would you do this? And we do that through a lot of digital media, but also at the conference we take time to create a networking environment. And finally, you heard me say you get direct access to the industry's leading experts, meaning you don't necessarily have to engage in a home care sales training program or a Valerie Van Vuwen training program or internet program. You can gain direct access through the society at a fraction of the cost to some of our and some of the nation's leading experts. Valerie, what do you think about why people should join?
Well, it strikes me being someone as a healthcare professional, but someone who's currently not in the field. It really struck me at the last conference and in some of the webinars that I've listened to you do over the last couple of years, that you talk about, you hit on this, the real proven strategies. Because for those of you who don't know, Melanie is in the field with her clients a lot. She's out there actually making sales calls with them, actually going to places, actually in their offices, teaching them and helping them. So she sees what the pain is, and she understands that, and she always has, but when you are a part of the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society, she helps you understand that there are ways to tackle these issues that crop up for all of us in the home care market. And that's what really strikes me, is that we can, on our side of the coin, we help with the online, but on Melanie's side, and Liz captures the legal, but on Melanie's side, she really captures that in-person networking, in-person visits, that kind of marketing. So where I can help you generate online leads, Melanie can also do all of the offline stuff, which is really one of the most important things you could ever do, and that is shaking people's hands and looking them in the eye. And you all know that better than I do even. So offline marketing, meaning in person, for all of the best tips, that is one of the reasons you should join, because Melanie and Michael and anybody else who does a webinar for us really give you the down and dirty on how to get that done, and it's awesome.
Thanks, Valerie. And we all work together. We have guest speakers on a monthly basis. In addition, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's certainly a team effort, and the benefit of that is you get kind of the best practices. You get to hear from other folks what they're doing, what's working. And we know there's challenges to gaining referrals. I live and eat and breathe this, just like you guys do. I have a quota hanging over my head for a number of my clients that I work with, managing their sales team, working with their sales staff. And we know access to referral sources is tough. Try getting into some of these larger hospital systems to get to case managers, director of case managers, CEOs, CFOs, VPs. So challenges to getting those referrals is just plain access. We recognize that there's a crowded marketplace. There's just too many home care agencies in some territories. And we're all vying for the time of the same people. And we recognize that these people don't want to see us anymore. So how do you get past that? And you're only getting the most obvious clients or patients. This is one of the things that is kind of my mission as a home care educator and a patient advocate. I recognize that my referral sources are only giving me the most obvious clients, only giving me those patients who, really need Medicare certified home health, the ones with the wound care, the ones with the uncontrolled diabetes. But certainly we can expand that pie. We can expand because most referral sources don't know the breadth and the depth of what Medicare certified home health can do, of what non-medical home care can do. We recognize oftentimes in non-medical home care, it's only the client without a caregiver who's coming out of the hospital, for example, or out of a SNF with rehab, that are getting the calls, right? That are getting to non-medical. So we recognize that we as sales professionals or as marketing professionals have to overcome some huge barriers. And so when I look at this list of challenges, it can be daunting. It can be something that if I was new to this industry or new to this role, it might overwhelm me. And so the Sales and Marketing Society is here to share with you proven tactics that work. That's the bottom line. We're here as an organization to share with you education. And we want you to have ready-to-use ideas now. We recognize that sales reps want action, and we recognize that we need to increase revenue or need to increase admissions, however you're judged, that no owner has time to mess around and wait for you to develop these accounts over the period of years. We recognize that the sales and marketing professionals cost you money, and we've got to get ideas into those sales and marketing folks' hands so that they can have the tools they need to succeed, that they can get out there, hit the ground running, and get those referrals back into your agency. So the goal of Home Care Sales and Marketing Society was to share these techniques and tactics with you so that you can increase your revenue and obviously elevate the industry as a whole. We want you to help get more home care to more people because we recognize that there's people out there who deserve it, potential patients and clients who deserve your care, and without your sales and marketing team going out there to get it, how are those people going to access care? This is an access to care issue. And so the society needs to help you gain more referrals and give you ideas and tools that you need to do that. Valerie, do you have anything you would like to share about increasing revenue through some of those tactics or some of our programming?
Well, first I want to say you are the best cheerleader of all time for home care. You're so awesome. I can't believe all the stuff you just said is so true, and there are so many people out there that don't have access to care that really could, if only we knew or the people that were serving them currently knew how to get them the access that they deserve. But also, just as far as increasing your revenue, I think what we also recognize is the bottom line for all of you is that your phone is ringing or you're getting those referrals. If your phone's not ringing or you're not getting professional referrals, then your revenue is not increasing. So when you combine your online, meaning your website and your blog and your social media, with your offline, meaning all of the things that you do to reach out to your local community and to the professionals in your local area, when you combine those two, there's no way that you can lose because all of those things that you put in all of those buckets, one will pick up for the other. When what referral sources are low, online will pick up. When online is low, referral sources will pick up. So those are the things you have to keep in mind. This is the society provides you the opportunity to speak with folks that allow you to have a comprehensive marketing plan from all the way from in-person to online. And I think that's really, in this day and age, what helps people increase their revenue is making sure they've covered all their bases.
Agreed.
And that's it.
Agreed. And our legal team, as in Liz Pearson, helps us keep in between the ditches, right? Make sure that we stay on the right path while we're doing this. You know, I love the work that Valerie does online because it helps me oftentimes get leads to talk to folks. It sometimes helps me gain access to people that I'm not readily able to get access to. And then, you know, obviously my job and my team's job of the sales reps that I'm responsible for, home care clients, are to go out there and get those referrals, make those relationships. So I appreciate the continuum of sales tactics and techniques and marketing tactics and techniques that it takes to work. So what is the value? You want to know what you get. So what do you get when you become a member? Well, first, you get a monthly live webinar with experts in the field. So what we do is that we calendar throughout the year different guest speakers to talk about specific ideas and processes that work for them, and so that they can share them with you, and obviously you can repeat them in your territory. Those live webinars each month are recorded. So if you can't make it, it's usually the second Friday of the month, and it's at 11 a.m. Central. However, don't worry. If you can't make it, we record it, and you have access to the members library where you're going to be able to go and watch it at any time. We have a private LinkedIn group that's where you can throw out, as you can imagine, ideas, questions, questions about products such as CRMs, or questions about tactics. Hey, I'm trying to get into this, SNF with rehab, TCU, whatever it is. How have you guys been successful? And so the private LinkedIn group offers you an opportunity, kind of like a listserv, to communicate with other peers, and access to the past recorded webinars. This is probably my favorite part. Over the past 3 years, we have recorded webinars, one a month, roughly, and they are in the library. When you become a member, you can go to that library and view any one of those webinars, recorded webinars, as many times as you would like. Right now, there's about over 30 in there, and that alone is a huge value. It allows you the opportunity to view and identify, you know, maybe a specific technique, because there's just tremendous amount of varied topics in there. You can certainly pick out the ones that work for you. What do you think, Valerie, is the best piece of becoming a member?
Well, one of the things that I like is that when you go to the members-only section of the website and you look at all these recorded webinars, that is a huge amount of work and a huge amount of resources for zero. There's no extra charge to see anything. It's really easy to access, and you can have your sales staff go in there and access it. I don't think we keep any reins on who's going in there. We just want to make sure that they have a username and password. And once you get in, you can see everything. All the PDFs, all the PowerPoint presentations are there. All of the videos are there, unless they're just audio recorded. But everything is there for you. And that's the part that I like the most. Is everything's transparent. You can go in and look at everything anytime. When you have time in the evening, or while you're walking the dog, or whatever it is, you can listen in, or you can watch any video you like. So I love that part of it.
Agreed. So I love the fact, especially if you're a new team or a new manager, and you are a new team member, and maybe you're new to this industry, or maybe you just need a little extra help, you know, overcoming objections. We'll just go straight away to overcoming objections video, for example. Maybe you need the groundwork on what is home care and what is home care law. What is it, you know, how does the law different from marketing for a home care agency versus a Medicare certified home health agency? You know, Liz Pearson certainly has some videos in there, how to market ethically. So I think that that piece alone is worth the $199 a year. And we appreciate the knowledge base that happens inside the members-only area of our website at Home Care Sales and Marketing Society. We know that people value it. We hear all the time from our members and people who attend the conference about what kind of value that they get out of it. They feel like, I know that there's a couple owners who utilize this when they have a new member come aboard to make sure that they understand ethically what they can do, legally what they can do. I appreciate that there's tactics in there about kind of starting up. You're a new home care rep. How do you start up? Valerie has done a number of webinars on online, offline marketing. So online, how to leverage out your leads, online leads. So I appreciate that our members say really great things. And we recognize that this is an investment in your future. The bottom line is the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society is only $199 for 12 months. So when you decide that you want to sign up for being a member, recognize that that's only about $17 per month if you broke it down. And can you imagine receiving 12 educational webinars for about $17 per month, let alone all the past ones? We don't ever charge you an additional fee. There's no more money that is taken from you. It's just a great value, a huge value for the $199. Valerie, do you have anything you would like to add?
Sure. Yeah, there is no other society in the home care market anyway that you can join for that little and not get charged in addition for each webinar you want to attend. So to me, this is a no-brainer. It gets you the best professionals and the best advice and tips and in-the-field marketing, and $17 a month is nothing. So $199 is the lowest fee you would ever find for joining any organization that is in the home care market at this point. So I think it's an awesome value, no doubt.
Yeah, thanks. Super value, and we're very proud of the work that our experts do, our guest speakers, if you will, recognizing that they're here as a home care sales and marketing educator. You know, they're there to share with you the tips and tactics that are working out in the field. And honestly, you know, the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society provides this education at a phenomenal cost. The $199 investment for you, for the user, is amazing for what you get for it. So let's move on, because all of that was digital, right? You can do everything we just described or will be provided for you when you become a member from your home office. You never have to leave your territory. All this education is delivered to you. You can gain it and use it the next day. But there was also a call for members who wanted to get together, people who were out in the field and said, we love our state associations. We love other associations and conferences, but what we'd really like is just a straight-up home care sales and marketing conference, period. No operations, no other like Medicare certified OASIS training, like clinical training, for example. We just want straight sales. Give us 2 days of sales tactics that are working now that we can take home, and we will be happy. We want to learn from the best. We want to do role play. We want to interact. We want to network with our peers. We want to be together. How can we get that done? And so we started off by creating the Home Care Sales and Marketing Annual Conference. We're now into our 4th year. This year, it's October 2nd and 3rd at the Monte Carlo Resort and Casino. And I would ask, and people always ask me, who should attend? Who should come to this? And I would say to you, if you're a non-medical home care provider, if you're a Medicare certified home health, HME, hospice infusion, anybody who goes into the home and provides care, this conference is for you. If you are someone who relies on referrals to build the business, to build your business, this conference is for you. It's amazing. It's 2 days of nonstop interaction and straight up home care sales and marketing tactics and techniques. That's it. No extraneous stuff, no fluff, just straight what do you need to do in order to get more business. So I kind of give you a highlight here on the screen You can read the full agenda at HC, as in home care, hcsociety.com. That's our main website. So please go there to read the whole agenda. But I just want to describe to you some of these sessions that we're going to be having. Michael Giudicissi is going to present on how to go beyond that social worker or case manager, get to the CEO, get to the CFO, get to the chief clinical officer, for example, DON, director of nursing. What we recognize is as this community becomes more vertically integrated, and I see it here with my team, it's amazing how many hospitals have their own home care, have alliances, have partnerships with nursing homes and ALs and other retirement communities. And so how are the proprietary home cares going to fit into that model? Can they fit into that model? We don't want to get squeezed out. We have to get a seat at this table. And we all are really purposefully going after some of these larger referral sources that we haven't gone after in the past. You know, a lot of your sales reps aren't necessarily confident in going to approach a VP of Strategic Business Development at the hospital. So we're going to talk about how do we do that? How do we start to morph our reps? Or if you're an owner or manager, how do we help you get to those folks? Marilyn, who is a fantastic sales manager, is going to talk about how to overcome the toughest objection. She's created a take-home tool that gives you the words to say, or what she says, when some of her referral sources give her some tough objections. And as always, the really fun thing that happens on Thursday late afternoon is an expert panel of hot topics. And that expert panel, and you'll see it in a minute, helps just answers. It's an open forum where you can ask any question of the expert panel. Liz Pearson, the lawyer, is going to talk about the latest legal update in home care. So what are some of the challenges that are happening now in both Medicare Certified Home Health, hospice, and non-medical private duty? Valerie Neighbors is going to talk about the top 3 strategies to find clients that can afford you. Obviously, this is geared towards our private pay friends. And Valerie Van Uben is going to talk about using online tactics. Do you want to speak a little bit about yours, Val?
Sure. We're going to talk about how to use the online, all the things you should be doing online to gain access to more referral sources offline. So we're going to talk about the magic in combining your website and your blog and your Facebook and your LinkedIn and all those things, and having all of that really mesh up with your in-person networking and how you can make that happen and impress those folks and have those folks want to do business with you because you're doing them favors first. So we're going to talk about all the kind of magic that goes into making that happen.
Nice. Well, I'm very excited about that. And then finally, Cheryl's going to talk about her 5 steps to sales success. Cheryl owns a home health, Medicare certified home health, hospice, and non-medical private duty, and she took her agency. It was struggling. And in 3 years, she has increased her profitability significantly, and she will share with you the 5 steps that she utilized in order to get her agency up and super profitable. So those are just some examples, or a highlight tour, if you will, of what is going to be spoken about at the conference. Remind yourself this is in Vegas, and of course from the top left here we got Cheryl, Liz Pearson in the middle, Michael Giudicissi, and myself. Underneath me is Valerie Neighbors, and of course our friend Valerie Van Uben is in the middle. So this experts panel is always fun because you can ask us anything your heart desires about your business, and we will answer it. So I'd like to invite you to our Home Care Sales and Marketing Society conference. You do not have to be a member, although I think it is a tremendous value to be a member and get all the webinars in addition to the conference. But they're 2 separate entities, so you could be a member, a Home Care Sales and Marketing Society member for $199, or you could go to the conference. And right now it's on early bird rate special at $499 for the 2 days. or you could do both. So the highlight for the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society Conference, as you remember, it's at the Monte Carlo Resort and Casino. It's October 2nd and 3rd. It is it's a Thursday and Friday of that week. The early bird rate special right now is $499. The agenda is out on our website, but please know this starts 2 full days from 9 to 5 both days. We do serve you lunch, and we do have a happy hour / networking event on Thursday night after the conference, right after the conference. The hotel rates are tremendous. They're $65 a night from Tuesday through Thursday night. And then once the weekend comes, if you'd like to make a weekend out of it, Friday and Saturday are at $120. So please know that we have a special link on our website to get those hotel rates. And here's what I would like to share with you, that that you just need to go to hcsociety.com and get your early bird rate. But wait, we do have a limited time offer. We're super excited to talk about the next 10 people who sign up after this webinar, this live webinar, will be invited to an inner circle dinner Thursday night. Basically, it's where we buy you dinner and you get direct access to the presenters to ask questions about your business, about your sales reps, and I would like you to sign up and claim your seat now. The bottom line is that there are patients and clients who need your help. And the way that you are going to help them and get them access to care is to have better sales processes, better marketing techniques. And this conference will help you do that. You can serve more people by sharing the word of home care, by sharing about what we do and how we do it. Valerie, what do you think about the conference? You've been there a few years in a row now. What do you see?
Oh, well, first of all, I love Vegas, so I'm always glad to go to Vegas. But what I see is a room full of people who are so passionate about their job, about their business. They want to succeed, and they learn so much. And the interaction, because it's not 1,000 people in a room, it's a smaller group of folks, but it is always a full house, and it is so nice because people can actually take the time to ask questions. There's plenty of time to get some one-on-one advice from one of the speakers if you want. Plenty of time to kind of network with us, network with each other, and it just is a relaxed environment, but the amount of information and tips and strategies that are given out are immense. There's no way you could get that kind of value from any other conference because it's 2 straight days of just sales and marketing. And I really enjoy it. Every year we get a bigger crowd, and it's a really nice environment to have a conference, and everybody enjoys themselves tremendously. So I think it's absolutely worth it. If you don't do anything else this year, Vegas is where you need to be for this conference. It will help your bottom line tremendously for the rest of 2014.
And it'll change the way you view your sales and marketing team, right? Oftentimes we want our sales and marketing team to be more professional, to be more productive and more efficient, but we don't know how to do it. Oftentimes I run into owners who say, gosh, you know, I was in a different industry and now I'm here, or I was a clinician. Most of you know that I personally am a clinician, similar to Valerie, but my job today is no longer to be a therapist, but to really help agencies grow. And as a sales and marketing manager, I love this conference because it is a more intimate environment. Last year, I believe we had 53 at this conference, and you know, every year we grow a little bit more. But it allows you the opportunity to role play. It allows you the opportunity to get up and go, you know, by someone else that you think is saying really smart things, and sit down and have a conversation with them. And ask them how they're doing it, or go to dinner with a group of people that you haven't been to dinner with before and share ideas and problem solve. So it is a phenomenal opportunity to not only get some tactics from speakers, which obviously the sessions help guide you, but it also allows you the opportunity to gain additional knowledge from your peers, which I think is key. Because oftentimes I watch from year to year, people create their own little peer groups where they will call each other when they are struggling, especially for those offices that may only have one sales rep, or the owner is a sales rep. It's a great opportunity for you to get an accountability buddy or a cheerleader buddy to share these ideas and keep it rolling throughout the year. So I'm very excited. I love the fact that we're doing this dinner this year. It allows us the opportunity to continue to interact with you. So please go to HC Society, as in homecaresociety.com. On the main page, there's two places you can go to learn more. First, you can either go up at the top in the bar as 2014 educational events, or down on the left-hand side, if you scroll down just a little bit, is our logo and the a click-through to go to the information page. On the information page, you will find all about our about the conference. The full agenda is there. The place to register is there. If you're thinking about doing this and you're thinking about going to Vegas, now is the time to sign up. Take advantage of going to having us buy you dinner, and take advantage of really interacting with your peers and also the different presenters. Valerie, what do you have?
Well, you know what? We can take a few questions if you'd like. There
are
a few questions people already have asked, so I'm going to answer a couple of them. But if you do have a question for Melanie or for me, you can just go ahead and type it in. We don't open up the phone lines. Over 160 people registered for this webinar, so we just, we take everything in writing. So just go to your little control panel and type in your question. The first question is the session being recorded for future viewing? And it absolutely is being recorded. We will send the playback out to you to share with your other staff members. We will send it out to everybody in social media. So you will see the replay come through. It will be a YouTube video. You can watch at any time. The next question is, if we decided to use the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society program, do we still need a marketing or salesperson on staff to market our services in a local community? Or would you say that most sales referral leads that most successful home care agencies get, most of their leads through online marketing? Okay, so I think that the first part of this question is important for you to answer, Melanie, and that is, do you have to hire somebody to do sales and marketing for you, or can you do it yourself?
So if you're an owner, the way that I take this question is that I'm an owner and I want to go out or need to go out due to the fact that I don't have a salesperson out into the community, and I need some knowledge in order to do that. If that's the intent of this question, the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society will absolutely give you that knowledge. It will give you the tools and tactics that you need to take and implement your own sales and marketing program. Now, I'm hopeful that's the intent of the question. Is that the way you read it, Valerie?
I think so, and I think the second part of the question is about internet versus in-person marketing, and I'll just give this piece of advice, because I come from the internet side and Melanie comes from the not internet side, more the in-person side. You can't, if you're going to be in business today, whether that's selling flip-flops or doing something very, very, I guess, more of a big-ticket item, or more of an emotional, overwhelming, financial, healthcare-related sale, either way, you need to be online. That doesn't mean that online marketing will solve all of your worries. You must do the in-person sales and networking. People still want to shake hands and look people in the eye. You need to have a good online presence. There are ways you can use your online presence to get more leads, but that does not ever mean that you should not do in-person networking. So I would say a majority of your time, the cheapest way to get your name out there is to actually physically be out there. But online never hurts at all. You need to have that presence as well. Let's see. Melanie, can you buy membership at any time?
Absolutely. It's a 12-month. It's a 12-month year. So if you bought it today, it would be good for 12 months. If you bought it next month, Again, 12 months. So you can buy it at any time. It just goes from 12 months from the day that you purchase the $199 dollar membership. And I would just like to follow up on one thing that you said, Valerie. You know, the most successful agencies that I see right now are basically doing 50-50. You know, 50% of their leads are coming in over the internet or some type of web presence, and probably 50% is coming from their sales rep, and sometimes the sales rep is following up on the internet leads too. So I think it's a combination. I mean, I know we've said that in the past, but you know, your medical referral sources aren't doing a ton of internet searches, but your consumers are, right? Your daughter might, the daughter of the elderly patient might be. So I think you need both.
I would agree. Absolutely. You have to do both.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to keep going down. Let's see. Do you accept monthly payments to be a member of the society? And I believe the answer is no. It's a one-time fee annually, right?
That is true. It's $199. Hopefully that is within your budget to find $199. We do it one time
per year. Yeah, for every year that you want to continue. So yeah, no monthly payments. Let's see. We have so many questions here. I'm trying to kind of narrow it down to the best ones that we can answer in the shortest amount of time. Joe, can you assure me my Google position is first in all the cities I service? Joe, you know the answer to that. We can never guarantee that you would be #1 in all the cities that you service, but we can certainly get you to the first page of Google for a majority of them. How is Home Care Sales and Marketing Society different from LTC Expert? That's a great question. Well, LTC Expert Publications is the business that I, Valerie Van Boeven, co-own with George Novison. The Home Care Sales and Marketing Society is a creation of Melanie and a few other folks and I who kind of came together as board members to develop the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society. This is actually Melanie's baby. And she has had this vision and this mission to grow this society for many years. And she owns her own company, and I own my own company. But together, we know how important this is for everyone. Do you have anything to add to that, Melanie?
Yeah, I would say it's similar to like a state association or the Home Care Association of America. Kind of think that model where we have many people who come from different businesses, right? For example, in your state association or even at like Home Care Association of America, you recognize that many of the board members and other people own their own home care agencies. And they come together for the betterment of the community, the betterment of home care. And they decide, you know, obviously to promote different aspects of home care. Mm-hmm. I own Home Care Sales by PowerShot Training. Most of you know that. And, of course, Valerie owns LTC, and Liz Pearson owns her law firm. And together we came as a combined unit to form the society for the betterment of the industry. So if it helps for visualization, you can think of like Home Care Association, for example, of America, kind of that idea of a society or an association of like-minded individuals who want to promote home care.
Good, awesome. So how long do you have till you can reserve a spot for the Vegas seminar?
So as you remember, if we back up a couple slides here, the early bird rate is $4.99. Once it goes into September, it goes to $5.99, and please know that that hotel room rate kind of gets up there. The special comes off. The hotel won't reserve it any more than a month in advance at our discounted rate. Of course, they'd love for you to come. You'll just have to pay a higher rate. And I have to submit all of the members, I'm sorry, not the members, the conference registration so that they can prepare for dinners and lunches and things of that nature on September 1st. So yes, you can absolutely register in September. We'll take registrations the whole way up till the week before the event. The challenge will be for you is that it will be just a little extra expensive. An extra cost because of the discounted rates that are happening right now until September. So I would highly encourage you, if you think that you want to go, this is a great rate, you know, $499 to get you essentially, you know, 16 hours of intensive sales and marketing tactics that are working now, in addition to all the networking events that go on, and the discounted hotel room rate. Gosh, I would say if you can find this in your budget, this is a great use of your money this year.
Awesome. And the last question we're going to take is this. Is there a discount for members for the 2-day event?
That's a great question. We've tried it both ways, quite frankly. You know, Valerie and I have discussed this over the years. The very first year we did a discount. This year we're trying it without to see if that helps other people who aren't members maybe, you know, make the decision to come to Vegas and try us out. See if it's of value. So to answer, the short answer to your question is at this time, the society members don't receive a discount to the conference, but that's not to say we won't reenact that next year.
Sure, and I think the conference might have been more expensive in years past or something.
That's
I don't
true.
remember.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yep.
So the discount is actually just passed on to everyone this time around. So
agreed. Yeah.
But yeah, but
if you remember that. We kept the conference rate the same this year, so it's $499. That used to be a member rate, if you can visualize that, and then the non-member rate was $599 this year, or last year, I'm sorry. And we did away with that to see if we could entice more folks to come and share their knowledge and get value, and hopefully join the society as a result.
Awesome. Well, Melanie, I want to thank you for doing this webinar today and for giving us all the insight on the Home Care Sales and Marketing Society and the conference in Vegas. This will be the 4th annual, so this is the 4th year, and I'm very proud to be a part of that. So for all of you out there who joined us today, thanks for tuning in and listening and taking in all this stuff, and we hope to see you in Las Vegas, and we hope to see you on our membership site. So be sure to go to hcsociety.com and get registered as a member. Take advantage of all the information that's immediately available to you, and we will certainly see you either online or in Las Vegas. Melanie, anything you want to say as we leave?
Well, firstly, I'd just like to thank all of you for hanging in there and staying with us throughout this program. I know it is something that you can truly benefit from, so thank you for listening. Remind yourself that we have this limited time offer, so the next 10 people who register after this live webinar is going to have dinner on Thursday night with us out in Vegas, so please take advantage of that. And if you have any additional questions, as always, you are welcome to email myself. You can find me at Melanie, M-E-L-A-N-I-E, at homecaresales.com. Or, of course, Valerie, who you have been getting all these lovely webinar invites from.
Yeah, you know my email address. So, okay, everybody, thank you so much, and we will talk to you online. Be sure to contact us if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye, Melanie.
Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.